Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had 2 directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Looking at YELP GWPH PCLN NVDA TSLA daily weekly time frame. So YELP not really seeing much follow through, not a strong bounce, and that's because the bulls are not really strong. It is a weak chart, and the volume told us that. We didn't really have any bull momentum volume to the upside. Still higher lows and higher highs, but not exactly a candlestick to write home about. So in order for the bulls to turn things around, we have to break 34 and 34.14. We cannot give the bulls any benefit of the doubt here at these levels. We do have a double bottom to be going off of at 31.60 and 31.61, but until we see a break of 34.14, the trend still belongs to the bears even with that double bottom of support. So some upside here is great. Need to see higher lows and higher highs getting up to that 34.14 resistance. Weekly time frame is a bullish reversal candlestick trying to get over exponential resistance, which has been rejecting the price time and time again over the past couple of months. So it gives the bulls some hope, and we'll have to see some volume and some follow through to be believers. GWPH bullish candlestick today, trying to recover from an all-out dump, and we did see a little bit of upside, but here as well, we have to break the lower high pattern, and 120.37 is the level to do that. So we do need another $4 to the upside even after this bullish day today. So turn things around, but not enough to change the momentum and the trend. The daily middle Bollinger Band has been resistance at this point for over 6 weeks. That level needs to become support. That's in the mid $118 range. And the weekly time frame has to see a close around 118 or better to be a bullish reversal hammer heading into next week. And we need to regain this weekly middle Bollinger Band after back testing and rejecting from it last week, keeping the bears in control. PCLN is still seeing a correlation to the S&P 500, but not as strong, not as direct a correlation. So we do have a triple top here, 1773, 71, 71. Bulls have to break those levels to see upside. The next resistance would be 1781, or I'd make that 1782 if we do break that resistance. And in terms of support, we formed a little bit of a higher low. It's a very tight range here, and we have to be watching 1757 and 1755 supports. Break 1755, and we're looking at 1739, the recent low. So it's very tight, and we can anticipate, with 2 trading days left to go in the week, that we're going to see a day with a spike in volume and a spike in volatility before the end of the week. PCLN on the weekly time frame still extremely strong for the bulls. That's a bull flag of consolidation. There is no fear here in the bulls' longer-term trend. It certainly is favoring all bulls until we lose those exponential moving average supports. That would be red flag number 1, but even then it wouldn't be a significant red flag. NVDA saw some nice bounce follow through to start the day, and then we saw sector weakness creeping in, and this is where it pays to be watching AMD and MU as well, all 3 in the semiconductor sector. Those 2 names sold off, and it was a heads up to be watching for weakness on NVDA, and it was a laggard there to the downside, but it did end up pulling back and closing fairly close to the low of the day. So what has happened now is we set our lower high at 198. We need to pull back and form a higher low and then see a bull break and continuation after 198. That has to happen for the bulls to try and turn around the trend and the momentum after holding 95.17 must hold support and forming a bullish reversal candlestick on the weekly chart so far with 2 trading days left to go. We need to see a higher low and then continuation back up to 198, our new resistance level. Tesla on the daily time frame after healthy consolidation, very contained, low bear volume, lower wick showing bulls buying the dip the past 2 days. The bulls showed back up with a gap up open, and they held that gap up open, closing fairly strong, not seeing any of the S&P 500 weakness that a lot of other names were seeing, and closing strong. So resistance is 306.62, 307.39, 308.45. So there are a few resistance levels right in this range, and the bulls with some nice volume today need to see some follow through and a break of 306.62 early tomorrow morning first thing to give the bulls confidence that we are going to see some continuation. Bulls couldn't have really hoped for a better day with all the market weakness we did see into the close, and the weekly time frame still very strong, not seeing any follow through to the downside nor confirmation of this bearish reversal. Hanging man candlestick, inside bar on the weekly time frame showing sideways consolidation. Bulls will certainly take that after the month that they saw to get to this price level, and we're watching to see if we get continuation tomorrow. So YELP bulls still no follow through, GWPH bulls still no follow through, PCLN bulls still holding on, but they have to break this downtrend. This is a bullish weekly consolidation pattern, however, so it all depends on your time frame. For both Tesla, PCLN, it depends on your time frame. If you're short term and looking at the daily, it's a little bit more risky for the bulls than the long term. The long term is still absolutely very bullish. And NVDA looking to establish a new higher low, ideally above 97.60, the low of yesterday. I appreciate you watching. We'll check back in tomorrow. Have a great night.